I think it was kind of pathetic. You know, you have a guest that doesn't show up and doesn't even let you know he's not going to show up. But the interesting thing is, you know, I'm getting better at trusting the instinct. Okay.
like you're gonna kind of predict that it's gonna happen,
Yeah,
or
I've been getting these kind of like premonitionary kind of things. I know I just made up a word there, but yeah, these little ideas and thoughts. You know, this guy, I have a funny feeling he's not showing up. And
Hmm.
honestly,
Hmm.
I'm about 70% right on this so far,
Oh
and
wow.
another one tonight. But I was really looking forward to talking to this guy tonight because you know he had a pretty solid profile and was really interested in the topic of discussion that we were going to do. So I was figuring that what we'll do is because I know it's campaign season for you, so I'm not going to pigeonhole you on anything campaign related because
Oh,
you know
of
that's
course.
we're not going to we're not out to burn people, and I don't want to catch you with your pants down, you know. So I want to ask you some questions about this particular topic, burnout.
Okay.
All right. So put your thinking cap on for burnout. You know, when work gets a little bit too crazy for you and
Oh,
everything seems to be piling up around you, you know, burnout. Um, so I should have done this before you came on. I didn't do it, but I got to do my housekeeping stuff, so you can hang tight while I do it. All
okay.
right, so folks, let's just do the housekeeping stuff while Ruben thinks about burnout. Folks, do me a favor, head over to the website, joerooze.com, joerooze.com. When you get over there, look for that little contact section. It's up in the upper right-hand corner of the page. And send us over a message. Let us know what you're thinking. Any questions, comments, cares, concerns. Maybe you have a complaint. You better not, but maybe you do. If maybe you have a guest suggestion or a topic you'd like us to discuss, let us know. Send us that message. Use the contact form if you want to. I don't like contact forms, so if you don't use it, I don't blame you. I hate the stupid captcha thing. You know, match the puzzle. Find match, find the bridges, and then you find they give you like 6 bridges. You click 6 bridges and it says nope, try again. Drives you flipping crazy. So if you don't want to use that, don't want to go through all that stuff, again, don't blame you. Use the email address info@joerooze.com. That's info@joerooze.com. Also, you could drop a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you there. You can leave a message for us. We'd love to get that. We'd love to hear from you guys. So we'd like to hear from you more. So please do that. Also, don't forget, this is a live show, weeknights, 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You have our every other Saturday show with our resident crypto psychic, Marissa Lee, which, again, we've been a little bit on a hiatus at the moment, but we're coming back to that starting mid-April. And we're excited because there's a lot of stuff going on in the crypto markets, a lot of things to talk about. So she'll be on to clarify those things. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we're having a threesome.
Oh,
She's going to bring a guest, a friend of hers, on the show too. So it could be get your mind out of the gutter, people. All right, it's not anything like that. All right, so we'll be doing that sometime in April. But looking forward to getting started with that. And then of course we have our Sunday Bible study show every Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. Central Time, right here on Rumble at rumble.com/Joe Rooze. If you need to go to YouTube, you can go to youtube.com/@Joe Rooze. You can find us over there. I prefer you to come to Rumble. Rumble's a beautiful place. It's free speech, no problems, no issues, no concerns over here. The weather's beautiful. It's always a balmy 72 degrees. The water's always pristine and clean and perfect. Got the palm trees swaying in the breeze, the white sand everywhere. It's a beautiful place. So come on over to Rumble, rumble.com/Joe Rooze. Also, please don't forget, very, very important, like, subscribe, and share the show with your friends, your family, and your followers. That way you'll help spread the love, spread the joy of the Joe Rooze Show with all of your friends. And plus, you know, when you do that, especially if there's somebody you don't like and you share the show with them, it messes up their algorithm. Then everything that we do will pop up on their stream for a while.
oh,
So that's fun. So you could do that. So try it out.
nice.
Annoy somebody today. Use the Joe Rooze Show to do it. We'd appreciate it. All right. Well, with all of that schmutz out of the way, let's get ourselves here down. Oh, by the way, so Ruben, so I did a Bible study show yesterday, right? Did a
Oh, okay.
special Palm Sunday show,
Right.
and Apple Podcast labeled me with an E for explicit content,
What?
and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, what did I say? It was a Bible study. I'm not going to curse or anything like that in the Bible study. What did I say? And you know what it was? I realized what it was. Because I spoke about Matthew chapter 21, the colt and the foal of an ass.
Uh, so Meta branded you explicit for
Yeah.
doing that verse. Oh
Yes.
my goodness.
Yes.
Yeah. I can tell why you're on Rumble now. This is
Yes.
crazy. And you know what? It's funny because our podcast is Facebook based, and I think one time we went to Facebook jail, and I probably shouldn't have given them another chance. I probably should have went somewhere else, but we had such a high following. So I mean, what can you do? You know?
You get them to migrate to Rumble.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. Yeah,
You know,
for sure.
The more people come over, the more money I make because I own shares in Rumble.
Oh, okay. There you go. There's a
Full disclosure.
Yeah.
I tell people that every once in a while. I let them know I do have shares in Rumble. Not a lot, but enough. Enough
Right,
to say
yeah.
that I love the platform, and I can't wait to see how much more growth there's going to be with it, and how wonderful the folks are there, and how great the leadership is, and how much they fight and defend First Amendment, and they fight and defend all that great stuff.
There you go.
There you go. There's the plug. There's the plug. So let's see. I have some questions here for you. Since this is a new week, and you know this, I have icebreaker questions for everybody.
Of course.
When they come on the show, and I recycle them every week. I get a new one. So I'm gonna hit you with this before we get into talking about burnout and all that great stuff.
Okay.
What's something that you thought was cool when you were younger that definitely wasn't?
Oh my goodness, there's a lot. But I mean, I don't know how to answer that because I know that stuff is still cool today. I think.
Well, okay.
Okay. Can we kind of like, it's like kind of a sub subject kind of thing, like within. Okay, so I thought the Power Rangers like little poses were absolutely cool back in the day, and I guess now you kind of look at it and yeah, it's a little goofy and a little ridiculous, but I mean they're the Power Rangers, right? And you're not gonna catch me doing those poses anymore when I was a kid or back when I was a kid. So
I don't know about that. I've heard stories, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be a campaign skit one of these days, hopefully.
Eventually, yeah. I'm just waiting for the day that you show up on a debate stage dressed up like the Pink Ranger.
Oh, dude. Don't even go there, man. Don't tempt me.
All right. So what's a talent that you have that rarely comes up in conversation?
I would have to say I talk too much.
That's
you know what I think. I mean, of course, that's always been a talent of mine. I don't think I really discovered it until I started doing podcasting. So I figured somebody else's annoyance is my gift.
Okay.
So yeah.
Fair enough. Well, I guess in order to be a podcaster, you have to be able to talk a little bit, at least. Maybe talk too much, but also, you're running for office. You're running for county judge here for Maverick County, and you need to be able to talk a lot for that too. So I don't think it's a bad thing. I think that's it. It's in your wheelhouse. I think that's good for you.
Yeah, of course.
So, by the way, how are things going with the camp? I know we're not going to get into issues or anything like that, but I'm just curious because we really haven't spoken much. You've been busy. I've been busy. So, how are things going with the campaign?
You know what? It's actually slow and steady. I think right now the biggest. I don't want to call it a distraction because that sounds negative. I guess it's a distraction away from my campaign, but we got that runoff going with the Democrats. And right now it's getting pretty shots fiery. There's a word I just made up over that on that end. So it's like sometimes you just got to kind of duck and dodge the bullets. And while that's going on, we're just recuperating. We're planning. We're definitely going to start block walking soon and start visiting the citizens and all the constituents and start talking about the platform. So it's really it's going pretty good. No trouble yet.
Not yet.
So not like it was.
Yet is the operative word there.
Yeah, not like it was when I first started. But it's been kind of crazy. So we're just kind of.
I don't understand why. Look, you're running on the Republican ticket, and it was a primary, and you have how many Democrats were running against you in the primary? I mean.
Oh, you mean well. Oh no, there's no Democrats running against me in the primary. You mean how many Republicans?
No. How many on the Democrat side were running in the primary that were looking to challenge you in the general?
So there was 3. Now there's 2, and then 1 independent. So we're just waiting on that result, and that's going to kind of determine how the campaign the the rhythm is going to go. So we're just waiting. We're just pretty much waiting, and while we're doing that, we're just kind of keeping a low profile and trying to meet more people and explain the platform. I'm doing these goofy AI posters and stuff, which is crazy. I do have a story to tell you on that.
Okay.
It's really quick. I did get a message from somebody, a really good friend of mine. This person is part of the art society, and so they told me, look, I believe the art community would appreciate it if you didn't use AI anymore. And I was like, and I'm not laughing at that because it's funny. I'm just like, it's interesting because I did hear the day before or a couple of days before that using AI like is a total like it's bad for the environment somehow. I think it uses up a lot of water because there's servers out there that need to get cooled. And I'm like, you know what? Oh, man, that makes a lot of sense. But I'm just like, I'm kind of, when it comes to the art stuff and all the graphics, I'm kind of by myself, and it with the little time I have, I mean, being lazy and using AI is just something that you can do that's going to be quick. And but that person's right, though. I think maybe I should just start using Canvas. That's what they recommended. Start using Canvas and start getting a little more creative. You know, I'm gonna rock in a hard place when it comes to that. So yeah.
I get you. I get you. I honestly, I don't have the time to learn Canva. I don't have the time to learn Photoshop. I don't have the time to do that stuff. So I need to use AI stuff to do my graphics. And although it is challenging, it's fun in some ways because I've been using it so much that I actually have a relationship now with my my Chat GPT model. I actually call it Mr. Producer, and so we actually came up with a graphic just in case the bullpen wasn't able to come through. Let me put this up on the screen here.
Oh, okay.
So I was going to let the stream run with just this graphic.
You know what? That I've seen that once or twice, and I tell you, it breaks my heart when I see that.
Doesn't it suck?
It does, man. I mean. I guess it happens when you have guests come and they just don't show up. But yeah. I know I can tell your frustration, especially when it would be courteous for someone just to send a quick text.
Oh, for sure.
Hey, Joe, I can't make it. Sorry, dude. Instead of just leaving you here hanging to dry, talking to yourself and pulling me off the dinner table to the bullpen.
Did I really pull you?
No, I'm joking. I was already done eating.
I mean, I don't care. I mean,
no.
I'm just, you know.
No, we were actually gonna.
My show comes first, so it doesn't matter.
No, absolutely. And thank you so much for inviting me too. I've been, and I'm sorry I've been out of touch. It's just, you know, I've been injured. I got injured at work. I've been dealing with a lot of stuff. You know, I told you behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And, it's been very depressing being on the couch. So, what do you know? This is really going to fall into this topic when it comes to work.
It is actually. Yeah. See, we're building a segue, which is great. But I do want to ask you. I don't know if you heard what I said earlier because I think you were in a transit of coming back and forth into the stream. So a couple of shows ago, I had a conversation with one of my guests, and we started this conversation on the show, and then after we talked after the show. I'm going to be launching a new project.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we'll be launching it's going to be a tag on to this show, but it's going to be it's probably going to be recorded shows. And I already have my graphics, already have the show script, everything's all ready to go. Just going to figure out how I'm going to do this with the limited time that I actually have to do these things, but it's going to be very, very interesting. And I don't know if I should tell you too much yet, or just wait a little bit.
No, you can wait a little bit. I don't want any spoilers.
But it's going to be different. It's
okay,
very different. It's going to be kind of dark.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be Dark Joe. So
Dark Joe. Okay.
Dark Joe.
I mean, yeah.
But it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting though. It really is, and it was a great idea, and we kind of built it on the show at that moment. And then this weekend, I took the time out and started working on the graphics and putting everything together. And I was like, oh, wow, Mr. Producer got it, nailed it. I gave my description, and he ran with it. I was like, oh, fix this, let's fix that, let's put this there, put this there, put that there. And it came out perfect. I love it.
Nice. Okay.
I love it.
I can't wait for it.
This is my baby, though. The Joe Rooze Show is not going anywhere. It's going to still be here. We're still doing the live shows. This is going to be something we do on the side. It's not going to be something. It's going to be like a regular. It's going to be, whenever, like whenever we can and whenever we can put something together. Probably going to be. I don't know if it's going to be strictly guests yet, or it's going to be when we can. But it's going to be an interesting show, to say the least.
All right. Okay.
To say the least.
Good.
But, and that's all I'm going to say about that, because in reality, like I said, and like you said yourself, I mean, you're running to and fro, back and forth between job, for you, job, podcast, campaign. I know you're not really doing the podcast right now too much, but
well, it's funny that you mentioned that. I'm going to give you one too, really quick. We are planning on bringing the podcast back, even during the campaign. It's going to be pretty cool. I think that I can't let it just fade away. I believe I do have some folks who actually do want to kind of join the podcast and kick in with Veronica and I, and just kind of talk about, topics that are happening in the Eagle Pass, and maybe a little bit about not my campaign per se, but like what, kind of what's going on in a positive way when it comes to politics and stuff like that. So it's pretty much going to be based on keeping the community informed, and then we have other fun topics on the side, man. And it's going to be pretty cool. And I think we might have some other folks who might want to do their own show under this brand, under the label. So we want to kind of do like a media empire kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Network.
Yes, absolutely. Empire is a little strong, but okay, good.
you have to dream, man. You got to have a goal.
Absolutely.
My goal with this was to take over the world, and we're slowly working there.
All right, yeah.
One new viewer at a time.
Let's do it, man. For sure.
But it's going to be a problem. It might be difficult though, because I know you well enough to say this. For you, it's going to be hard for you. I think, my opinion, might be wrong, but maybe.
Oh, you're probably right.
To not dip into the politics, especially if you win the election and you are seated as the county judge, to not get into things that are pertaining to your role as the county judge. It's gonna be hard. It's going to be hard. Well,
that's why we're having contingencies in place. We are looking for other hosts. If I do have to step away and I do get elected, I do have some names picked out. I'm not going to spoil that yet. So I've had some people contact me. They're interested, and so I definitely want to keep it going and get my stars going and keep the brand going.
Outstanding. The Now You Know Network.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Sounds great.
Okay. We'll have to build something on that. Yeah, that's I like that. That's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like it. So again though, but you're working your regular job. I mean, now you're out, but you're burning the candle at many ends. So you got the campaign going. You're working on that. You're working on building a brand. You're working on taking care of your family and everything. And it gets tiring. It really does. I know for myself too. I mean, I work my regular job and I'm doing the show here, and now I'm planning on something else. Burnout's a real thing. You can easily get overloaded. So have you ever experienced that feeling of burnout? Like, man, I just can't do this anymore.
Man, you know what? I have been working since I was probably 17 years old. And it's not only the physical part, it's the mental part too, but there's things that actually contribute to the mental part. And I think that the biggest thing is your coworkers, especially when you're spending, like when you have a job like mine, 10 hours a day with these people. You have to try to build relationships with people because those are kind of like the people you live with all day. And sometimes it doesn't go well. Sometimes, you have people with different mindsets. You'll have your tattletales, you'll have your complainers, you'll have the good ones. I mean, there's good people that I work with. But it just sometimes gets draining. It gets mentally draining when you have to deal with the same people over and over and over again, and you have to try to adjust. So that's another mental effort, is you have to try to adjust to other people's habits, other people that could possibly get you in trouble. it all just starts spinning in there, and then you're just like, you know what? Damn, I really need some time off, you know. And I don't want to say that getting hurt was a blessing because it sucks, but man, it is such a mental unload, and spending time with your family and being able to just kind of take your mind off of that.
Yeah.
That's really much needed.
So that decompression time is really key. It's incredibly, to me, it's incredibly important. I that's why I love having quiet time. I look forward to having days off, you know, from the regular job and, you know, and from the show. As much as I love doing the show, as much as I love hanging out with everybody and meeting some great people along the way, you know, sometimes you do need the break, you know, which is why I kind of scratch my head and sit there and think, why the hell did I start, you know, building another type of show? You know, it's just, it's an obsession, I guess. I don't know. But so you would agree though then that burnout isn't necessarily from workload. There are other factors involved that can contribute to burnout.
Absolutely.
Like the emotional side of it, you know, dealing with family issues, dealing with interpersonal issues, you know, coworkers and friends and all that other stuff that kind of goes on around us. So then, what do you do? Like, how do you handle that?
Well, one thing I learned,
in other words, what's something that you do to mitigate all of the load that you carry?
one thing I learned in the military is resiliency, and one of these terms that we learned is called hunt the good stuff. So as you're working for 10 hours and you're gone, you know, all day, especially when you got to travel to, you think about all the good things that are, you kind of split up the bad things and you think about the good stuff, man. You think about what you're going to go home to. Mm-hmm. You know, in my case, my family, my son, my manager, my friends, you know, people that I talk to, and you know, dinner on the table. It could be anything. It could be anything small. Because once the day's over, the day's over. Mm. You know, and then you get to actually cherish those moments when you get to actually spend time with the family when you're done from vigorous working and stuff like that. So yeah, you have to keep that mindset. You have to be able to, again, you hunt the good stuff, you be resilient. It's not easy. It's not, because you're going to go through all kinds of stuff at work. But keep in mind, you know, you have something to go home to.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Whether it's playing video games or watching your favorite show or anything.
Yeah, so. Exactly. I've been binge watching Star Trek, the original series, on my downtime. You know?
There you go.
Well, not that I'm watching it; I just have it on in the background. So
right on.
As I'm doing other stuff around the place. But why do you think that people feel overwhelmed when you look at their life and everything looks like it's all peachy keen, everything's fine, everything's going well?
You know, you got to keep in mind that I guess sometimes we have to have that smile on for everybody, because let's just face it, if you're the person that shows it on their face, people are going to be wondering what's wrong. And then, you know, you have to, you don't have to explain, but now you have to feel that burden of, oh my gosh, now people are starting to wonder what's wrong with me. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, all you can do is be considerate. We don't really know what someone's going through behind the curtains. Always having a positive attitude can always make a good, effective, you know, work time, and you know, kind of make it a better place to work when you have a positive attitude. Yeah. You know, there's stuff that you have to leave at home when you go to work, and there's some stuff you have to leave at work when you get home. You know, it's
very true. That's very true. Last time you were on the show and you were talking about your political campaign, you know, you referenced a lot of your military training, and as a matter of fact, it was a great compliment. Actually, one of my guests recently actually quoted you from the show, and I thought that was great. So, based off of your training, your military background, and just dealing with life in general, what do you think the difference is between reacting and responding?
Reacting and responding. Man, it almost seems like they're one and the same.
In some ways, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how you react and how you respond can be two different ways. You could react to something and people don't see it, and then your response comes out totally different. I mean, I don't think I've ever run into that problem. Um, man, that's a hard one. You always have hard questions for me.
Because you're a smart guy.
Well, so one thing I've learned is people can actually take both your reactions and your responses negatively. I think reacting is done with a little less thinking. And I've made those mistakes before, especially on my platform. You see something very ugly and then you react to it and you just throw it on a Facebook post and you talk smack about it. And then people kind of perceive it as something negative.
Yep.
Towards when you're actually responding to something, you actually kind of take the time to think a little bit. And you need to kind of think of how you're going to respond. How effective is your response going to be? And how is it going to affect other people that are kind of watching or reading whatever you're venting about, you know?
I agree with you, and you're actually going the direction that I was hoping you were going to go with it, because reacting, at least in my understanding of it, reacting is that quick, decision you make to do whatever it is, whether it's to react to something that somebody says or something that somebody does, or you're just reacting, like, say you're driving your car and something jumps out in front of the road, you're reacting to it, you're making the necessary evasive maneuver to get around it.
Absolutely. It can go with, I'll mention my wife first, like, when we're doing something and you gotta like watch your reaction time because it can cause something really bad at home. So you got to figure out what the response is going to be. And that's how we get along pretty well.
Right.
When it comes to the campaign, especially when I'm running for county judge, that is something that you really have to make sure that response is timed right and it's not reactive. Because again, if I'm elected, exactly, I got to do stuff that's going to require a good response out of someone who's going to lead this county than someone who's just going to react and get mad, or it shows. People see it.
Yeah, absolutely. See, to me, responding is more of a thought out approach to whatever the situation is that's being presented to you. Whereas reacting is that split moment, that split decision, that exact second that you make that jump to do whatever it is that you're going to do to handle whatever it is that's before you. So I think the measured response, obviously responding, and then the reaction is more of a shooting from the hip kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of the military too. Like that's why you're trained to react. That way, when you react to something, like let's just face it, when you're out, downrange or you're deployed or you're in combat, you don't have time for a coordinated response. You have to react, and I guess it just depends on the time and place and where the situation.
No, I agree. I got the same kind of you got the similar training in law enforcement. From my background, you are trained to react in high stress situations, and you have to react in the appropriate way. So there is definitely a difference between a response and reaction. The thing is, though, why is it hard for people that are under pressure to temper their reaction and make it more of a response? What do you think?
Wait, say that one more time. I'm sorry.
I can't say that again.
In
other words, why do you think? Do you think it's hard for people who are under pressure to not react but yet respond?
Absolutely. I mean, not everybody thinks the same. Mm-hmm. Some people are good under pressure. Some people can respond in an effective way when you're under pressure. And then there's some people who cave under pressure, and then it's everything is just totally reactive, and it's like you're just seeping emotion. It's everyone's different, but I think like when people can kind of train themselves a little bit, it's almost like saying in a speech. You're saying and and like this, and it's you're not taking that tactical pause. And, right. and that can really be effective for people when they take that tactical pause before you start umming, or in this case, blurting something emotional out. You know what I mean? yeah, it is hard. It's not easy. Yeah. But see, there goes the you don't know. It's a subconscious thing.
Because you're filling time while I'm trying to figure out why my keyboard's not working and I'm trying to pull something up.
Okay. Just give me the signal, Cap.
Well, I was looking this way. You should have.
Sorry. I was deep in thought. But yeah, it's
good.
It is hard.
Yeah, no, it is. And you know, you have to give a lot of credit to people who can think under pressure and can respond quickly in a situation and make it make sense. I cannot do that sometimes. Sometimes I like today, I am freaked out, you know, at something that was going on at the job, and of course it carries over. And I didn't react. I reacted to it. I didn't respond to it, and it created a whole big other unmitigated disaster that took place. But I'm not going to get into that too much. It's going to involve other things and other.
That's going to take a whole other segment.
And I don't know if they're watching. So because they do watch the show, so I'm not gonna.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I struggle with that myself, and you know, it's a tough thing. It really is. You know, we all go through stress. We all go through issues in life. You know, if you're under stress consistently or constantly or chronically, it does. I think anyway, it messes with you. It keeps you from thinking clearly and from making solid decisions. Because we've all done that. I mean, like again today, I made a very bad decision today, and I'm going to pay the price for it at some point. But you know, but that's okay. That's all right. It happens. We're all human beings. But stress is a very, very dangerous thing to be constantly under, and that's why you need to have some kind of an outlet. You need to have something to do that you could, you know, like turn the pressure down a little bit. That you can separate yourself from, you know, whatever it is that it is stressing you out. And take that time to decompress. You know, for me, at one point it was drinking a lot, and you know, not anymore. I gave it up, but but for some people it is that, and which is not a great way to handle it because it doesn't do anything about relieving the stress. It masks it for a little while.
Yeah, it's temporary.
Absolutely. You know, but people need to find a way to relieve the stress. Now, I love doing podcasting, right? You like it yourself. In a lot of ways, this is some kind of a stress relief for us because it's a distraction from things that are going on around us. We can get to disappear into our own little broadcasting world here for a little while and try to entertain people as much as we possibly can. Not doing a great job of it tonight, to be honest with you, but because people, you know, don't show up when they're supposed to show up, and you have to do things cold without any real preparation for it, and you know, better than a phone call or a text message. I'm not bitter, by the way.
It's okay to be bitter
that they didn't show up. I'm not bitter at all, Dr. James Torklitson. I'm not bitter.
It's okay to be bitter.
No, I know.
It happens.
I'm just messing around. I really am. But you know, but the interesting thing is though is that when you think about it, the things that we like to do to decompress actually do bring stress.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wow. All right, show's over. I quit.
Man, you know, I kind of wanted to throw something in there, especially with stress. I mean, I think, and I'll be quick because I know we don't have too much time left, but you know, there's this thing going on with the independent school district and the $150 million bond that we're going to vote in, I believe in May.
Yeah, I saw something about that on Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, they're being very. I think, in my opinion, they're being very transparent about it. They're showing everybody how it's going to impact on taxes. Now, here's the pressure part. As a candidate, you know, do I support it? Do you know what I mean? Do I try to convince people to vote yes? I think it's really good that the bond's going to be specifically used for building schools and maintenance and making sure the campuses are renewed and they're updated and the infrastructure is updated. It's not going to go towards salaries or people's pay or whatever. That's what the rumor is, that it's just people trying to make money off of it. That's not true. I verified it. And then there's the taxes, that it's going to raise taxes, and you know, who likes taxes being raised? I mean, I hear you all the time with the escrow thing, and it just pains me. So I'm like, that's a rock and a hard place. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know, I want up-to-date schools, but is the tax impact going to be a factor here? And people in Eagle Pass, I don't know if you, I'm sure you know, Joe, that when it comes to spending more money or raising taxes or anything, people, it's very taboo for people here. Mm-hmm. So that's, again, that there's my pressure point right there, the stress. So.
Yeah. Well, I know exactly what you're saying. I mean, I'm not a native Eagle Pass person. You know that. I've only been here about 10 years. But the one thing I can say is this. Since purchasing property here, I think that we are taxed enough. I think that the property taxes are ridiculous. And well, first of all, I think property taxes are immoral. Period. There shouldn't be property taxes at all. Because in a sense, you don't even own the place; you're still renting it. Really.
Pretty much,
But the school district taxes are ridiculous. The medical district, the hospital district. I'm sorry, I got a statement not too long ago. Actually, when they did the escrow reevaluation on the property, with all these different things that I'm being taxed for, and it's absolutely ridiculous. The tax obligation is more than what my mortgage payment is.
Oh wow!
When you look at it, when you break it down, I'm not saying overall, but I'm just saying, like, if you break it down, how much I have to pay annually for taxes, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
it is ridiculous. I mean, taxes here in Eagle Pass are just way too much to begin with. So there has to be another way. There really does. I mean,
you think so? That's what I'm trying to find.
I don't know what it is. I'm not going to profess to have an answer for you right now, but there has to be.
I want to let me know.
No, well, I'll come up with something. I'm
I'm
sure.
stumped. I really am.
I will come up with something for sure. But utilities are expensive, and now with what's going on over in on the other side of the world there, without getting into too much of that stuff because that's another show altogether. Mm-hmm. Not exactly thrilled with the whole thing, but you look at the gas pumps already. The gas pumps was at $3.40 today. I saw.
That's crazy. Yeah,
and they're talking a barrel. Now they're talking about a barrel of oil is already up to $115 a barrel. So you're going to be looking at very soon. You're going to be looking at $5 a gallon, national average.
California's already hit $6.
I think California's more than that.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
I have to ask my parents.
Yeah, I think they're more than that. I think I saw something somewhere. It's like 9 or something like that.
Oh my goodness, that's ridiculous.
Close to $9 a gallon.
Oh,
I mean, it's only going to get worse. So you're adding on more taxing of the population, and you're talking about more expenses as far as energy is concerned. Your gas bills are going to go up. Your electric bills are going to go up. Your travel expenses are going to go up. Food's going to go up. It's all interconnected, and then you're going to add on additional tax. There's going to be a breaking point, where people just can't do it.
Yeah.
The way it is right now, it's almost as if you can't even own a property. I feel like in a lot of ways that governments are trying to push people out of home ownership.
Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the thing. It's crazy. And I did have a conversation with somebody about that. And I believe they mentioned, well, Ruben, I mean, how would it affect you? You don't pay property taxes. And I said, well, you have a point. Yeah, I rent, and I have to be.
Yeah, but see, the person who owns the property that you pay rent to will get the property tax increase, which will in turn increase your rent to cover the property tax increase.
Oh, there you go.
It all travels down. It's like the same thing with corporate taxes. People talk about corporate taxes, have to increase corporate tax, increase the corporate tax. Well, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to increase prices for everybody else because corporations don't pay taxes.
Oh, there you go. Now I have my comeback.
They pass it all down to you. So, so you may not be paying it directly, to the tax assessor, but your landlord is.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to have to help with that. I'm going to have to, the rent's going to raise. And
Exactly. Yeah. And then do you pay your own utilities, or does he cover the utilities for you through the rent?
No, we pay our own utilities.
Yeah, so you're looking at an increase in your rent, looking at an increase in utilities. You're looking at an increase all across the board. I am dreading my next electric bill.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Especially when summertime comes along. That's just going to be
exactly.
Yeah.
My last one wasn't horrible, and I was quite surprised actually when I got it. I was like, oh, okay. But that might be the last one that's going to be like that. I don't know, because of of everything that's going on, and then you talk about adding more. I don't know.
Yeah, my wife and I, like, she covers the light portion too, and like it pains me, whatever. She says, "Hey, look, we had a $400 electric bill." I was like, you know what? Yeah, let me help pay for that, because that's just
yeah,
it's a lot. It's a lot.
It is.
Can't even fathom what it's going to be like this summer.
Well, it's already 90. Well, today hit what, 96?
Yeah.
So, and it's only March 30th.
God. Oh God.
But it's just crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, well, Ruben, listen, we're going to start wrapping this up, because I'm running out of things to I wasn't planning this, so you know. But no, we could actually you and I could sit and talk for quite a while.
But I thought you maybe had another guest after this.
No, I don't. No. I've been trying to keep the show to an hour 10 the most. Okay. You know, but I do appreciate you jumping in on here. I know it's folks. Look, I know you don't have to email me and tell me what a shitty show. I know. This is the test run of the bullpen. Okay, so this is something. Actually, Ruben and I were talking about this a couple of weeks ago. I was saying, hey, look, I need to put together a list of people that I can call out to, in case somebody like bails out on me, doesn't show up on the show, and he stepped up to it, and so. And what did I text you? What time did I text you? I
didn't even get a text. I got the email first, and I was like, hold on a second, let me text him and see what this is about. I'm sure.
Oh, okay. No, I thought I texted you first.
And then right away, I saw the text. I was like, okay, he needs a replacement. So I really quick.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I texted you like 2 minutes before the show started. I think I was running.
You were running a little late. Actually, was a little after, I think.
Yeah. Well, I started. Because with the service that I use to book the guests, Jacqueline Lozano sends a shout out to Cub Scout Pack 8562 Eagle Pass.
Oh yes, that is our Cub Scout Pack. I don't know if it's okay for me to use your platform to advertise a plate sale.
Use it. Go.
We do have a plate sale going on. It's going to be on April 19th. This is for a very good cause. If you guys support Cub Scouts and youth programs that help our youth become upstarting citizens and leaders, we would really appreciate it. It's $14 a plate that you're going to get chicken, rice, beans, the sausage link, slice of bread, jalapeno, a drink. I mean, some people pay maybe $10, $12 at McDonald's. I think this is better. And
interesting.
Yeah, and it's going to really help this cause to be able to get kids their awards, something that they really look forward to. And of course, the uniforms. It's a brand new pack. So I hope you guys, whoever's watching or whoever's listening on Rumble, anybody watching on my platform, since I'm streaming it live on Now You Know Eagle Pass podcast also, we would really appreciate it. And I want to thank everybody for their donations. Thank everybody who actually have purchased plates. Shout out to man, there's so many I got to shout out to. The new Wall Ball Club, who just donated some money to us. Mr. Rodolfo Banda, thank you so much for that. Councilwoman Jessica Ray Ramon, thank you so much for I think they're going to come and donate some rice and stuff, and thank you for buying some tickets. And thank you to some of these law firms who were actually there, who purchased some tickets. We had Jacob going on, my son, going out and being a good salesman. So thank you guys so much for your support, and we really appreciate it. We'll give you guys more shout outs along the way. And thank you, Joe, for allowing me to do that. And thank you for having me on, man. I actually want to do it more often.
Yeah, we have to do this more often. Definitely.
I'm not trying to encourage your guests to bail out more often.
But no, well, of course not.
Feel free to invite, man. I'd love to come and jump on.
Well, we'll talk about it after the show, because I do have some ideas, and I think you might want to jump in especially on the new project that we're working on. I think it's something you enjoy.
I definitely want you. Oh, I didn't want to speak for you, but I definitely want you part of our project also, man. We definitely want to add the Joe Rooze show to, maybe we can try to, I wish we could stream from Rumble. I'll have to figure that out. But we definitely want to put you on the
There is a way. There is a way, and I'll talk about it later.
Okay.
But what I was going to say, you mentioned the plate sale, $14 for chicken and sausage. We just did a plate sale at my regular job, and they did 7 steaks, I think.
Oh wow.
Is it 7 steak?
Okay.
With the sausage for the same price, $14, and people were complaining. They were like, "It's so expensive, so expensive."
Just think about the cause also, you know, and the
Of
hard work
course.
and the hard work that people put into these plate sales. It's really hard. And I also just, I know everybody else has been working hard, but my wife, Jackie, has been working super extremely hard on this. She has been on top of it. Thanks, babe, for doing this. I know that I'm not the best salesman, but she has been putting her heart and soul to this, and, you know, want to thank her publicly for doing that. So love you.
Aww.
There you go. See, she's texting me. He didn't mention me. There you go. Okay.
I mentioned her before you did. I read her post.
Yeah.
But I was going to say too about the guest stuff that the platform that I use is Podmatch, is where I book my guests, and
Yeah.
we're supposed to give them 10 minutes after the hour, after the start of the show, in order to check in before we could complain about it. So,
Okay.
so that's why we started a little bit later. I wanted to give them a little time, and then needed to give you a little time to get in here and get set up too. But you know, there's a lot of good stuff coming down the road. And again, maybe not the best format for tonight, but I think we pulled it off. I think it was a good show. Thank you so much, Ruben, for joining us and for jumping in here in the bullpen. You know,
Love being on the Joe Rooze show, man. Love
our
it.
closer for sure. All right, Ruben, anything you got for us before I put you backstage?
No, actually, again, thanks, Joe, for having me on the show. I really enjoy it. I love coming on, and I need to collaborate with you more often. I know I've been kind of quiet, and, you know, the campaign thing has had us, you know, on a little bit of a shutdown. But we do want to bring the podcast up and running again. We do want to include the Joe Rooze show as part of this media empire that we got. Still your own thing. We just want to stream it, you know, and get more involved with you as much as possible. And whoever is following me and is keeping track of my campaign, I'm not trying to talk about too much campaign stuff, but I just hope that people use this the podcast as a way to get to know me. We do want to talk about more positive stuff. I'm gonna kind of leave the politics out of it. And we want to talk about positivity and stuff that we can do to actually improve the community and to make this a better place. You know, please, guys, stay off of compra y vendo, man. That stuff is dangerous. You know, a lot of misinformation going on out there. Yeah. I just want to let everybody know that, you know, regarding my opponents and all these other candidates out there, I have a relationship with all those candidates. And it sucks that I have to see that some of these people are getting run down, and they're getting, you know, their personal lives are getting tampered with, and it's a shame. So, you know, again, I really want to encourage the community to just come together and be positive, and, you know, rock your candidates, support your candidates on whoever it is. If it's not me, if it's somebody else, do it with pride and leave everybody else alone, man. This is let's start that change and break that cycle now. You know,
that's great. I agree with you on that. And I laughed at the beginning when you mentioned compra y vendo, because I was talking to somebody else about what a cesspool compra y vendo really is.
Yeah, I read it.
Yeah, which is why I don't you know.
Yeah, it's totally it's nasty.
But you brought up a very good point, though, brother. You brought up a very good point. You know, let's focus on the issues, not the personal attacks, not the personal lives. That's separate. Focus on the issues. You know, try to put those things. Yes, I understand that in some things, yes, you have to look at what they do outside of the political office that they're either running for or they're sitting in, because that kind of informs you a little bit about where they're thinking. I get it. I understand that. But the main thing is the issues.
Right.
The issues. Focus on the issues. And then everything else will come in line with that afterwards. So
absolutely,
I think that's incredibly, incredibly important. All right. Actually, do you want to go back? Do you want to just hang out here while I close this thing up?
Sure.
Yeah, just hang out.
All right.
Well, Ruben, thanks, man. Websites, anything you want to throw out? Contact info, anything?
Yeah, no, just follow me on my you can follow me on my personal, Ruben Joshua Camarillo. I do have our campaign page, Ruben J. Camarillo for Maverick County Judge. That one's more of a more informative page. We'll post all the, you know, more details on the platform and our news updates and possible meet the candidate. events and stuff like that. And then we have, of course, Now You Know Eagle Pass podcast. We're gonna ship that right up, and anything that we have news wise, since that's our biggest following, we'll post that on there as well. And yeah, let's stay positive. And again, I want to thank my entire team, my wife Jackie for sticking by me on this journey. It's been really rough for her as well. It would be rough on any spouse, I can imagine. My management, Veronica Pena, thank you so much for being the guardian that we need you to be, and thank you for and the hope for the entire all of my entire support, friends and family. Thank you guys so much, and I promise, we want to bring something positive and a change, and win or lose, I'm here to serve the community. I don't need a title. Again, thank you guys so much for your support.
All right, outstanding.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you so much.
No, listen, I owe you. Thank you for jumping on here. I appreciate it.
Of course.
All right, well, we're going to sit here all night thanking each other. So let's just
no, thank you.
Let me finish. Let's wrap this baby up. All right. All right, folks. Well, guess what? Liberal Christmas is right around the corner. That's right. April 15th, tax day is on the way. So make sure that you get your taxes filed on time. You don't want to deal with the penalties and all the aggravation that comes with that. And I want to tell you about a local business here in Eagle Pass called Diamond Dynasty Tax Group Legacy. You can give them a call at 830-867-7106. It's 830-867-7106. Now, Diamond Dynasty did my tax returns for me when I first purchased the asylum, did the renovations, built the studio. They took a stack of receipts, invoices, all that stuff, and they took care of all of it for me. They literally minimized the stress, they maximized the return on it, and they did a fantastic job. As a matter of fact, they just completed my tax return for this year, and I did something. I went to TurboTax, okay, and I put all the information into TurboTax, and TurboTax told me that I owed. But Diamond Dynasty Tax Group Legacy was able to flip that around, make the necessary adjustments, get me on the right track, and they got me a decent-sized return. So give them a call. Check them out, 830-867-7106. That's 830-867-7106. They are here in Eagle Pass, but you don't have to live in Eagle Pass to use them. They can help you anywhere you are in the state. Just give them a call. When you call, just make sure you tell them that you heard about it here on the Joe Rooze Show. Ask for Esme. She will do a fantastic job in taking care of you. And so please give them a call. Diamond Dynasty Tax Group Legacy, right here in Eagle Pass, 830-867-7106. And if you want their email address, it's very long. I will send it to you. If you just email me, I'll get it over to you. All right. Shout-outs, of course, to our producing team, executive producers Wayne Rankin, Rosanna Rankin, Carolina Jimenez, Marissa Lee, and the inestimable anonymous Angela. Okay, so since we don't have a guest, I can actually say I'm gonna give you the story here. All right. So I've told this story before. It's been a while. I got to do it again because somebody did ask me why I call her Anonymous Angela. Okay, so when we first started doing the show and Angela volunteered to help, I wanted to make sure I added her onto our list of shout-outs. But she didn't want her name completely thrown out there. Okay, she likes her privacy. So the problem was I had already done it. I already shouted out her name. So to fix that, we changed it to Anonymous Angela. All right. I know it's silly, but it works. It works. That's why she's Anonymous Angela. Everybody knows who she is at this point, but she'll always be Anonymous Angela. Now, what's special about these guys is that these guys donate their time, their talent, and their treasure. That's the 3 T's of our value for value model. All right. Time, talent, treasure. Now, very simply, value for value is this. If you are receiving anything of value from the content that we're putting out, we're asking that you return that value to us in the form of a donation. And again, your time, your talent, or your treasure. All right? If we're putting out something and you think it's worth $1, send us $1. That's great. We appreciate it. Everything that we get goes right back into the show. Nothing goes in our pockets. Nothing. We're not living the high life, or anything like that. It all goes right back into the show. It covers our platform fees. It covers our websites. It covers everything that we have subscriptions for to keep the show moving along. So your donations are very, very helpful to us and very important to us. Now, if you want to learn more about how you can help support the show, just go to our website. Go to joerooze.com/support. joerooze.com/support. You'll see all the different ways that you can help us out. And look, if you have the means to do it, and you can do it and you want to do it, we appreciate it. If you can't, pray for us. Just help us along no matter how you can. Maybe you're good at website design. Maybe you're good at editing. I suck at video editing. I need to start doing video editing, all right? But maybe you're good at that. You can help us out. You can donate your time and your talent in helping us do the video editing. You can donate your time and your talent in audio. Maybe you write music. You can maybe you could write something for us specifically for the show. There are plenty of ways that you can help us out without your treasure. So take a look at it. If you are able to do it and you're willing to do it, check it out. Time, talent, treasure, joerooze.com/support. Take a look at it. Any questions, you can always email us, and we'll be happy to answer those questions for you. All right. Well, I think that should pretty much do it for us for tonight. So, really do appreciate you guys being here with us, even though it's a cluster disaster of a show tonight. But I appreciate you being here. Ruben, thank you for being here tonight. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Taking the time away from your dinner table for us. Folks, don't forget to head over to the website, joerooze.com. Send us over a message. Let us know what you think. Your comments are very, very important to us. Share the show. Algorithm is key. Algorithm is key. All right. With that said, folks, don't forget, make Texas independent again. Go podcasting. Keep a steady stride. And more importantly, keep talking. We'll see you tomorrow night, folks. Have a great night.